Hello and welcome to another edition of Minecraft Pocket Edition, even though it doesn't say it anymore. In the last episode, we found the mansion, we raided it, albeit slowly, and then off camera went back home, repaired all my armor and tools, and then I made this video showing you the long trip back, which in real time took almost an hour to do. That's running and what have not. And I could not find the horse. I went right back to where I lost the horse when the game crashed out, heading back home, and nowhere to be found. So that horse is long gone and lost forever. So when I was recording the trip, apparently it hit the 4 gig point that this phone has, which, by the way, this is recorded on a phone, so sometimes you're going to hear the screen being touched, the tactile movements will be heard, and my fingers will block part of the speaker/microphone grill, so things will get muffled a little bit. So I put it on my computer, and I had some video repair software to run it through. It's junk. That whole trip, junk. Completely lost. So we're back at the mansion. Here we are, village idiots. I wanted you to see how long and far I had to travel, and it didn't work. Wonderful. And I was using the totem of protection to keep myself safe. And then I realized this little protective area right there wouldn't have worked. There's places where monsters could easily have climbed over. So right now I got some grass blocks I brought from home, and I'm going to punch a few holes and get the grass flowing. Yeah, and we can move one more. There, 3 there. 3 in this one. Because the snake that's over there is just not going to work. So one of the other things I want to do, which I will show you in a moment. Last quadrant, and let's just get this started. I'll get rid of this off camera, as we can jump. Why is jumping not a thing? You'll see it only went from outside over there to this point. I'm not waiting. So, nature. Take these and put it here, and take that and move it over there. Yeah, it's going nowhere fast. And we already got progress going here. Already one of those. Oh, 2. Yeah, there's more. That's definitely going better. And one of the things I am also going to do is we're going to actually put in a front door. Something that's not a hole in the wall. And I'm going to put in a second stairwell just like this, except made of proper materials. And this will be replaced with aforementioned proper materials. And this will all look a lot better. But I'm going to do that off camera. Also over here on this side, aligned with the courtyard, over here, I will have 3 sets of doors, one there, one there, one there. And they will be overlooking a deck that'll be overlooking the river that flows by. I think it's going to look pretty good. And of course we'll have a corridor that goes around here. So this will be one big great room. And being that it's my house and one of my wonderful little leisure things is right around here in the front, I'm going to make this to absolutely no one's surprised who knows me personally. Make it a bowling alley. Why not? It's a mansion. So that's some of the stuff that I'm going to do. And when we come back, I'll have some of it done. Alright. I'm outside the laundromat in case you notice the audio sounds a little different. And I'm under an awning, so I'm echoing a little bit. But this is the progress on the mansion so far. We're going to have a balcony out here, so I made the doors there. And we, of course, have the doors here. And over here on this side, we're making room for the slight bump out for a bedroom expansion for the master bedroom. And that's the sound of a employee for a supermarket in this place dismantling and or working on their cigarette smoking machine. And there goes a machine that sweeps the parking lot. Lots of noises, but at least it's not copyright issues. The insides are pretty much gutted. That's the original stairwell. We now got the outside of lighting and water in this pool, the exterior done. You can now see what the walls look like for the central area. And it is an open atrium, and the bedroom, the Grandmaster bedroom, is going to be in that space over there. So, as I've shown you before, actually, let's go this way. As I've shown you before, this is all gutted out. I'm trying to keep talking so as to overpower the radio that is playing. In fact, let's just move a little more this way, away from the radio. That might help. There we go. We got the outdoor patio, which takes up this broad side of the mansion. I haven't figured out a way to light this up properly quite yet, so that's the way that is. And we've shown you that, and let's just go up the stairwell here. We go up the stair. We got to keep talking over the loud music because I can't do it in the laundromat because there's a TV going. I can't do it out here because we've got people blaring music. That shouldn't be doing that. All right. And where the master bedroom suite's going to go is obviously where the big hole is, and we've laid out where it's going. It aligns itself up with the gap here in the fire protection here. It's up on top of that roof as well. And because the bedroom's going here, we didn't bother fire protecting that. Just hopefully get to a bed before anything gets burnt down. And the hallway that you see there will continue up on this section once we've got the interior, once we get that built and we're starting to get a little low in the food department. We can eat now. So you can see that this looks a little funky over here because that's where the exterior wall meets the exterior of the wall meets the sort of exterior wall of the courtyard. And one thing I've also did, and I don't know if I showed it to you or not, is knowing me, if you know me well enough, here's an area all gutted out, and you can see have a large carrying beam going across, and that was to mark off where, well, like I said, if you know me well enough, it's going to be a bowling alley. Only 3 lanes, but that's what I can fit in there. And this wall will ultimately come out, and we'll have a better looking wall in there, and a better looking wall there. So that's what we got for you right now. So yeah, and this will ultimately look like the stairwell up there. This stone I always thought looked kind of cheesy. So that's the update on the mansion, and let's go out and take a look at it. I never finished the fencing. That is something I think I should actually finish up. And the stonework is all going to get replaced, because cobblestone, again, it just doesn't look fancy enough. It might put some details in right there, like so, and maybe break up the color scheme slightly. So that's what we got for you, and we'll be back when we make any progress. Well, after a little mining at some other point in time, we got some diamonds, so we can take care of this thing, but we're not going to take care of it fully. We're just going to, for the time being, because it takes so long, get this guy out of the way, and this guy out of the way. To get that guy. And where did they go? Oh, there they are. Right there. And a little something right there. That little piece has been bothering me. So let's show you what has been done. There we go. We've now laid out the perimeter for the bedroom, which also goes all the way down. Well, not the bedroom, but... And you can see that I have decided to go with a sandstone roof, because I ultimately want to try and fireproof the building, so if lightning strikes it, nothing will happen. So let's just go outside, and yep, we go out the door. Now, this balcony is how I want it to look, but I forgot that my original plan was to have columns go down and have a stairway that's within the columns. And I just rushed it by putting in the pillar support there, and it just doesn't look good. But if we come to this side, I wanted to fireproof this thing, but if you remember the porch that's on that side over there, it's a big honkin' wooden thing. Well, not anymore. As you can see up there, most of the third floor roof is sandstone, so we are fireproofing. And here you go. We got up to there, and I ran out of stuff. And the purpose of getting that block of diamond there is so that I can make tools. I found a desert that takes about a day to get to, and I can dig up a ton of sand and go to town on that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I am going to go over here, and I am going to... Yeah, I think that actually doesn't look too bad. It kind of brings a nice contrast to the mansion by having a sandstone roof. Plus, like I said, it prevents it from burning down if it gets struck. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take all of this that has nothing to do with our objective. A lot of things that need to disappear. I don't want to get rid of everything. Yep, I'm typing touching you. That means you go away with it. And that we can make some new diamond tools. Alright, that's all taken care of. Probably one more just to play it safe. And to be honest, I think that's all we're really going to need for now. And okay. Good enough for now. I'm going to put those there. Yeah, we should be good. Alright. Put that away. That there. As it's a long trek. So that'll be it for now. That's not the best way to get there. I know this isn't the best way to get there either, but it works. And for the most part, the woods is cleared out. There. So that's it for now. I just wanted to show you that we have indeed cleared out quite a bit of stuff. And gotta go get me some more sand. Okay, this thing is, at least in terms of lightning, fireproofed. Of course, inside or around, not so much, but the whole thing is, after doing all that hard work, I replaced all the roof with sandstone, and now lightning can strike this thing all at once and it's not going to go down. Also, I showed you this before, but I finished the structure more or less of what the bump out with the master bedroom, which will be up in there, is going to look like. And you're going to see what the stonework will look like when it's applied to here, here, and what have not all across the mansion. Although one thing I didn't complete is this detail here. That's what it's going to look like. In the middle, it's going to be stone steps that make a... although I'm contemplating, I might reverse that so that it sticks out in the middle. Hasn't been done there or there yet. So that's something I also want to get done. There's a little bit of concessions that have to be made with some details. Also, the aquatic update to some degree has been made available here on Pocket Edition before it is available for the PC edition outside of the snapshots. I thought that the stripped wood would look good, but I'm taking that back. That's why I only did one. Plus, I'm thinking every midsection is going to be highlighted with a slightly lighter color exterior. Also, aquatic update, even though the doors are in the correct spot, doesn't draw the texture properly. Anyway, back up to the 3rd floor via the back stairway. There are some minor concessions. As you can tell, these hallways are 3 blocks wide. Although here, because of how things line up with the exterior of the building, it'll only be 2 blocks wide in this little area. And not sure how I'm going to handle this area. It's just going to look weird if I continue that. And this is where the master bedroom will ultimately wind up. And one of the things we got to do is get rid of this roof and put in a floor. you can see the roof is here. I gotta replace all this and put it in completely different direction. I've been having issues with monsters spawning. I think I might have solved that problem because I haven't seen any spawn in here in a while. Seems to be an issue with dark spots here on the first floor, which I'll just throw another torch there just to play it safe. Most certainly I've noticed that here in the courtyard I haven't torched it enough. Of course, as I go through, I'm going to fix that problem. I might even just add more lighting than needed just for effect. So this thing is pretty much safe unless I do something on the inside to destroy it. I don't want to do that. So right now, one of the things I'm going to do is fix the pattern on the exterior, which is something I should have done to begin with, but didn't. In fact, I got some extra steps in case I fail or lose any. And that's what's next. I'm going to look at both. We got the one right there where the relief is on the inside. Now to do one where the relief is on the outside. And depending on how quick I can get this done depends on when I want to keep this rolling. The only thing I hate is this thing tends to stutter pretty hard when I'm trying to do something, and then it winds up overcutting, undercutting. Okay, yep, you can do it. There you go. And I'm beginning to think I can't really do it. Actually, I think it can be done. I'm just not sure how I'm going about it yet. Alright, get the first part in. Ah, damn. Nah, that hurts. I'll come back. It's gonna take a while. Well, I spent a lot of time, about maybe a couple months of on-off play to get this bump out ready for its master bedroom, which is not at all done. This is the space it's going to be in, and I spent the time putting in an attic. There's nothing to really see. There's 4 access points, and all it is just a 2 high height hole that's in the ceiling, just like that one over there. It's still completely gutted clean. We have a ceiling now. I'll just show it to you anyway, as we can. And we're not ready for it, so there we go. Yeah, we can jump. And we can do this now. Put a torch on that so I know that it's there. That's all it is. It's just a 2 block high opening that exposes the entire roof parameter. That's the original roof. It's covered in half slabs made of stone. And this is where we started. And it's the same height as the second floor, except the second floor, this part's a little wonky because of how everything is situated. Is right here, this area right here, and right where this wall is here. Not this wall, which I put a torch on, but this wall with the fence is where the original end to the mansion was. So you kind of get this wonky little thing here. And the stairways themselves, I think I've shown you that they're covered up now. You probably hear my neighbor's dogs. They're very annoying. Although having this grass has made some a little annoying problems, like animals existing. But that could help. Also, we've put in another deck right out here. They still haven't fixed this textures facing the wrong way thing, but as you can see, the door's open in the correct orientation. Here's the deck to the second level. I just haven't completed the architectural detail up to the third. What it looks like from below, we will just go there this way because, well, we can. And before we go out that way, started putting the bowling alley in. I changed how the layout's going to go. Just makes more sense to have more room over here. Random cow. So that's what the porch looks like, and of course this detail here and here is going to continue there and there. Of course, ultimately all of the stonework is going to be replaced with finished stone. So next up is actually, I think it might be time to finally redo this, get rid of the stone steps and replace it with an appropriate thing that fits, which I'm sure you've seen. Replace those with something that looks a lot more like it should belong. Alright, I am outside the laundromat that I've spent countless weeks getting to this point, hence why I haven't seen a video in a very long time. Haven't done much here on the second floor. There's still a room that needs to disappear, but getting the visitor bedrooms built. Pretty much what you see is what you get, except there'll be a trim detail along here and trim going along there, and of course upon the ceiling as well. Have not got to that point. Anyway, from here we can go down. There's nothing on the third floor. There's no point of going there. And this is where mostly everything's been done. Going into this little walkway in which we come to a dining room when it's all completed. Here's the kitchen. Just needs water in the sink. And storing quite a bit of food and other related items. Just another walkway. And here's the den. And there's the ceiling. So you see what it looks like. And again, another lock here. Those two rooms we'll get to in a moment. The courtyard, which we've seen quite a bit, and some of what we need to be doing here relates to those two rooms that we will look at eventually. And here's the bowling alley thus far. Nothing really special, just the 3 lanes. I was thinking this one would be more this way, but I decided that keep them all together. Then there'll be a walkway so you can go out that door there. And here's an area with nothing in it. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Anyway, behind the bowling alley, and where the quote-unquote pin setters will be, this, I believe, will be the billiards room as a car goes by. Here's the storage room. Plenty of room for expansion. As you can see, I have windows in most of these rooms now. Nothing's really changed there. And storage, closet area. So now we're coming to these two rooms here. We'll get to that one in a moment. But we need this one. And with that one, we need to do a little work. So we can, I think right here we can put our workbench because we're going to need that. And let's see, can't do anything here because that'll block what we need. Eventually we will have this completely unblocked. So we are going to grab these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Torch needs to disappear, but we'll put one there for now until we can get the lighting situation done. And yeah, right now we're going to have to make do with what we got. So we got that. Now what we need to do is go into our little handy dandy we can see what we can make thing. We can now make an enchanting table. Yay, enchanting table. Now we need to go into our inventory and pick that out and plop that in. There we go. We should have the ability to fully implement, and we can't really show if it works fully or not with those 2 torches there. It should. It's not in between. That'll do things. Alright, there'll be a little more in this room eventually. Right now I'm going to have to pause for a moment because there's just too much action going on in the laundromat. And we're going to go to this room and do something over here pretty soon. Alright, we're back. And we're going to need to remove these. So what we're going to do now is 2, 3. That's enough to do the job, but I kind of don't like the way that it looks. That'll be another thing at another time, but what we want to do right now is be very careful with this. Is aim for that. There we go. Another portal to the end. Now before we go off, we need to put stuff we deem important. Oh, no, we want that. Take all the important stuff that we definitely don't want to lose. You know, that's not a ton. We've got plenty of food. Actually, this stripped oak, that's a pain in the butt. It's not taking anything away from that. Shears, it seems like little to anything, but yeah, that should do us. So let's see where this takes us as it's nighttime. Because we need some glowstone. Oh, bad. You can deploy. That problem right away. Got some gunpowder and some other stuff. And just as we look around, we find some glowstone. And key thing is we need to look around before leaping, as the saying goes. Yep, we want that. I think we found our stockpile. So we'll be back in a moment, because we're just here to get some of this stuff. If something interesting happens, I'll come back. Okay, I'm heading back home, or towards that, because I want to find a swamp so I can get some of those blue flowers, get some light blue carpet for the mansion, which is nearly complete. And all of a sudden, over here, village. I take it in the aquatic update version of Pocket Edition or Bedrock, whatever they call it now, that any region that has not been updated doesn't get loaded into memory. I've got a ton of places explored, and this isn't even 100 megs yet. And this village did not exist at all. I know, because I have it set at 14 chunks. It's always been set at 14 chunks. This literally did not exist. The many times I went back and forth between the mansion and home base. So this never existed. I'm not going to bother to save it unless there's something worth looking at. Oh, Smith. Let's see what's in this newly generated structure in an area I've been in, yet now exists. Ooh, bread. Well, you know, we could always use more. Could always use that. Could always use that. And an apple. Wow, that was useful. You gave me garbage. No. Yep. You can now get out. Nothing really worth anything. In fact, I'm going to go back the way that I pretty much came, if I can recall which way that was. I know that it's within view. So, no, I don't think it was this way. Actually, it was this way, because that was to the right. The tower. Don't want to go terribly far. Yep, here's the path, because I marked it with torches. And oh, here we go. Here's the case of in point. Let's eat some food while we're at it. I'm gonna cross an ocean, and you can see, even though I've been here before, long before 1.13 or whatever aquatic update is for the Pocket/Bedrock, got the new aquatic stuff, and that village was in there. In fact, I think we could still see it if we move a little this way. Yeah, just barely. Anyway, still looking for a swamp. Who knows? Maybe we do have to go all the way back home, which would suck, because it's almost 20,000 blocks away. Anyway, yeah, it'll be long gone at this point. Thought we'd see what we could find, and, well, on to finding a, a swamp. And we'll be back. Well, if everything sounds weird, I'm in my car because the laundromat is way too loud and it's too breezy and cold outside. Well, we're going to stop this video. It's been a very long process in making this video, and I think you can understand why, because it took forever to make this mansion what it is. I've decided to leave a few things alone, such as the exteriors here. I was going to change everything over to finished smooth stone bricks, but I decided the center points that, they stand out a little bit with the brighter oak color, but I figure if I just leave the middle pieces with the finished brick, it just pops out a little more. That, and I did the foundation like you see here. Where it's exposed, I've done that already. I know some of this will be redundant, but this is, for the most part, unless there's a punch list item I've missed, is the finished mansion, and I did figure out how to complete the second level. So there's nothing there anymore and since we've kind of, for the most part, completed things, yep, we can swing. We can swing. We can swing. 800 times is the charm. There we go. We can now fill this void in, and here we are, the entryway, which goes in 2 different directions. Go this way to the bowling alley. Here we have a place where you can sit down with some black flashing going on. That's got to be a bug. And places for bowlers to store stuff. Here's the finished bowling alley. And as you can see, it's candle pins. Waka waka. No longer obstructed. You got the ball returns. Don't have any heads for, to fill in for the ball yet. And right now it's just a manual pins. And we never really, see, there's some punch items. Never really properly lit this part of it up yet. That's something we can work on. But it's enough now that we can call this a finished product, more or less. Now we got the pool hall, billiard hall, whatever way you want to look at it. And over there is the one odd place where there isn't a window on that whole side of the house. As you can see, there aren't any windows there, so it just looks better in this room without one. It would look kind of odd. I know we got one right there, but there's house that happens over here, and a torch that should not be there, and a torch that should not be there. There we go. Then over here we got the storage room. Still got very few of the chests filled with anything marked for what they are. Starting to section off areas like over there. Well, this car heats up pretty quick. Over here we have the nether room where the nether portal is. And storage for things that we don't want to lose when we go in. A closet of some sort. And over here we have the living room with a nice blue carpet and a table. Yeah, that kind of looks odd, but that's the way it is. And a properly lit porch out here. Again, we converted this to stone because we don't want lightning to burn this thing down. Some reeds over there to make bookshelves, which is also why the roof is made of sandstone. Because too much stone. Too much regular stone. And then over here, on this side of the smaller vestibule, we have the dining room, for in which goes to the kitchen. We've seen that already. That hasn't changed. Second floor has changed a little bit. Over here we have the guest bedrooms. Well, again, punch item list. I think we can safely remove these torches and we'd be fine. Yeah, there's some areas where there's still some torches that shouldn't really be there. I believe we're okay in the lighting department here. Actually, I think I want to be carpeting this, so we'll just leave a couple there just to be sure. And we got the guest bedrooms, which, punch list item again. They need chests. Each double bed needs chests. There's going to be a, chair to sit down on. And we have rooms that haven't got anything yet. But like I said, we're pretty much, and gray carpet that's never been finished. And punch list items, lots of them. And I figured out how to finish up. Oh, this really isn't finished. But figured out how to finish up this second floor. Eat some food. This piece is the library. And this is where the reads come in, because we still have some bookshelves that need some books. And over here, well, another... Here I thought I was done. Well, this is going to be the reading room. Imagine tables right there, but aren't there yet. And then the vestibule, and here's every mansion has to have, a ballroom. So here's a ballroom. Nice big ballroom. And on the third floor, this is the floor that is intentionally unfinished, because I frankly have no idea what to do with it. So, yeah, let's just go around. Yeah, let's just go around. There we go. We can move. There's nothing here, because honestly, this is the expansion area, or area in which we think, what can we do with, and do something with it. Hence also why the original window trim design is still there. But I know I've shown it to you before, but we might as well end in here. The master bedroom, because now we've taken out that temporary bed. We're going to soon need it anyway. We got the hot tub again. We got the bed that'll now be our safe space, and we still have lighting issues here that need to be addressed. More punch list items. The TV. Closets with nothing in them yet, but that's okay. And of course, if we go this way, had to do quite a bit of work over here in this door. We can climb a ladder and open that. And we got an attic with ample storage space if it ever came to be. Had to put torches on every single side to keep the light levels at bay. Nothing seems to have spawned in. That's what we're checking right now, just to be sure everything is absolutely 100%, and it is. We've solved that problem. So we have an attic. So we have this floor at a reasonable height. The second floor we could let live. And this, of course, this whole area here, including the bedrooms that are down there, and a quote-unquote fire escape style exit for the bowling alley is also under here. This part never existed. In fact, as I've mentioned before, like I said, it's been a very long process to get this where we're at. I could finally show it to you, even if it's not perfect. Right here where this wall is, this didn't exist, this in terms of the third floor. And like I said, we got punch list items still, but I'm going to be doing other things as well, which we will get to in a moment, such as, well, you can't really see it from here, but you can. No, not really. The whole property is unlit and completely unprotected. We had some hiss boom damage out in the back. And for the first time ever, sleeping in the master bedroom. Never done till now. There we go. That is the mansion. Like I said, when we're doing some of the other stuff around here, we'll take care of some of the punch list items up here as well. And this is the back stairwell, which was never a thing. There was a kooky little back stairwell that went to the upper level, but that's gone. As you can see when I get out here, The back is completely unlit. We're going to do that. We're also going to, there's the hiss boom damage right there. Put in some walkways, light up this area, but that's a whole different video. We've done enough right now. Again, you can see I just left the central part with the stone bricks and the smoother stuff, so it stands out a little more than just the different colored oak. That'll be this video. Like I said, now you know why it's taken so long. Next up, we are going to build horse stables, because horses seem to be coming in quite a bit, and maybe build some stables for pigs and cows and what have not, and we can discontinue the continuous generation of animals, because it really slows this thing down after a while. So that's what's next on, as I call it, This Old Mansion, my version. And I've learned a lot from the craft theory mistakes, which I were going to fix till I found out that that particular season was ending. Anyway, that'll be it. Finally, George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.